Good evening, dread subs, dread doms, dread verbs, dread participles, dread predicates. Welcome to yet another spine-tingling chapter of Blood from a Stone, A Tale of Love and Dread in RPG. I am Philip, I am the Dread Master, and I am joined by four wonderful players. Say good evening, players.
Good evening, players.
Wow.
There was just so much pushback, Dan, against I'm ensconced, even though I was saying it for months, and then everything else I tried got even more pushback, so I'm just saying I'm joined.
What
So
is wrong?
Ensconced is weird. I don't like that word. It reminds
also,
me of
wait,
scones, but not in a good way.
pronounce that.
No, because you're gonna make fun of me.
No,
People
because-
make fun of so many things that I say.
No, because you said it the weird way that you wanted me to pronounce your character's name in the Lore by Candlelight game. With this-
Tosca. Instead of Tosca.
Tosca is what I was saying, like the
Tosca.
fucking opera.
Tosca.
Tosca.
Oh,
Tosca.
not oh.
Oh.
A
It's-
schwa.
Oh, yeah, I am
That's
from
no, a
Sweden,
schwa is
but it's
schwa is
Right.
the unaccented. But the way she's saying it is, it's like, it's also the way she says vodka. Vodka.
Vodka.
But she just said
Vodka.
ensconced is my point. You said
No, I said ensconced.
no, you said ensconced.
No, I don't. Play the tape back later when it's on VOD.
We need the instant replay.
I'm gonna light up a candle here. I don't know that I'll be able to smell it, but I'm gonna light it anyway.
I'm gonna light a candle. I'm gonna light a cantrip candle.
Yeah, I'm lighting a Realm of Shadows. And you notice this one I blew too hard. Ha ha ha.
Now I kinda
It
wanna
spilled
light
all
it.
over
I'm gonna
the
light a
side.
Prince of Death from Cantrip Candles.
There we go.
All I have is my 3 candles. But should I do Dungeon Depths or Sanctuary?
Wait, for tonight?
Yeah.
Dungeon Depths.
Sanctuary.
More like Spanktuary, am I right? So
Guys.
friends and neighbors.
Sorry.
I'm gonna warn you, one, the energy is very weird tonight. And and it's partially my fault, but not entirely. However, I have been a little bit
Unwell.
like the ground, I've been under the weather. Because they always say you're under the weather. Who's over the weather? A fucking pilot?
Yeah.
You're only over the weather when you're
Absolutely.
a tall
Parents of
mountain.
stratosphere.
So my voice is probably a little less than it is ideal. I will do some accents, but I probably won't put any gravel into them, which is a bummer. Or I will and I'll just suffer, who cares? What were we about to say, Lauren?
Oh, nothing.
I thought you had a comment about gravel.
Well, no.
Say it, do
Sophia
it.
just dropped a sweet joke in the chat. She says, "I'm over the weather. It's too hot." That was
The weather
is way
is my
too
ex. No, Lauren, what were you gonna say about gravel? Say it.
I was gonna say no. You have to do the gravelly voice for the Quinn app.
Oh, for the oh, oh shit.
For the. Oh no. I'm okay.
What have you done?
I lit a match.
Don't burn the house down.
Yeah, just let him match.
I'm
Probably
just
don't
doing
do
my-
that.
Oh, we have a hype train going on. Hello, hypers.
Hi.
Oh, hype!
It's appreciated.
Hi.
Hi, Fee.
You know, you say
Hello.
that, but that's a thing I'm gonna have to. Damn. All right. Well, I'll have to think about that.
You're gonna
You
have
don't
to
have to do the gravelly voice if it hurts your throat. You should never do anything that hurts your throat if you don't want to.
That's good advice.
I don't know
Advice to
about
live by.
Guys, the vibes are they're something.
Oh. In chat, I just noticed that Zane said, "I am Philip. I am the daddy."
I feel like you should start a game like that.
in one of the
I play
in
in
some
that one.
system, I should call myself the game master should be called the daddy.
Absolutely. The dungeon daddy.
The dread clock sits at the hour of 7. And in our last game, actually, Dallas, you were not, or Dan rather, was not present. I think we said Dallas was around. But the short version of what you missed is that the group managed to get back after that attack from those bottles of beer that were biting everyone. Bottles of beer biting. Very alliterative. They got back. Montreal was in terrible shape. It was suggested that he maybe... You all right?
My my sheets on my bed were messing with my background.
I feel like that act was the exact same time as Galanori and Saber gifting a tier sub to the community. Which
Oh,
really
yeah.
upped our hype train thing, just like in that exact moment. So I don't know if it was because of Zane's incredible walk backwards, but it timed out with it great.
Nobody noticed. Don't worry.
There's 47 seconds left on a hype train, so go ahead and hype as your heart's content, or
Hype it up.
don't. I
Hype,
don't
hype,
understand
hype.
how they work. Been doing this for like 4 years, 3 years. I don't get how it works. They sort of started basically the group kind of gathered. Many of you were somewhat injured or just tired out, exhausted by that. Montreal in the worst shape, who basically said that he is like, give me those fangs, Zurich, so I can become a vampire. So that I can, heal from this. And the group weren't sure about that. They eventually, after making a call and talking to a very strange gnome switchboard operator, he told them that there was a new interim department head for the dread subjects, an elf named Wyna Zilric, who eventually showed up and clearly wasn't has a very different energy and probably goals than her predecessor, her now deceased predecessor, and who probably doesn't really kind of care about, because she's a little more scatterbrained and has other things she's up to, and she's probably more in the pocket of CJ Soot and Lady Rhiannon. So, she did, however, upon seeing how bad off Montreal was, and actually Montreal then, they said, okay, we don't trust this person. Here's your fangs. Montreal went into his room out of the sun, put on his vampire fangs, and Wyda gave him some blood, which he was able to drink enough blood to clear his condition. So, congratulations for that. There was then a lot of confusion. Everyone was kind of staying away from him. Montreal was wondering why everybody was so scared, etc., etc. Also, Wyna gave the group a weird little puzzle to do, to find connections, and it was all kind of a strain, because sometimes the categories don't line up good in a way that's irritating, where it doesn't feel like a good puzzle, it feels like a bad puzzle. So they also were asking her how they can escape, and she was explaining the point is not to escape, the point is, are you experiencing more fear, understanding that there is no escape, that no matter what, you're stuck in these dreadlands, etc., etc. And they were like, well, that's upsetting, I don't know. She said we'll probably have you guys watch another thing soon. Oh, she also gave you dolls of Dallas. You and Omaha didn't get ones because you were being old characters, but the rest got very poorly made dolls of Barrag, Osthauser, Chip, and Sheath, kind of. So clearly the official doll maker, who is still alive, she's hiding somewhere. Somebody else has been making dolls in the interim, and they're not as high quality. I think she might have even said it was an intern. So basically she said we are going to, have you guys watch another movie soon. Oksana, or rather London, was like, can we check in on Oksana? She said, yeah, absolutely. That's what we'll sort of do next. Many of the people there, Dallas, I think you probably just kind of laid down at this point. You and Jakarta, but the others kind of were sort of saying making requests for things their new dolls could have. With Florence asking for a prehensile tail, Zurich asking for lasers, Montreal wanting to not be a vampire, and Omaha wanting to survive, and then London asking for numerous superpowers, but she was like, well, you won't get a new doll, you will be channeling you'll be channeling our dear friend, Oksana. That's the whole point of this. So, with that, she left. Montreal kind of called everyone over to him, sort of as he stands at the shadows inside of his cube. The rest of you gathered at his door. And he basically expressed that I'm an undead creature of the night now. Oh, also his accent is preposterous with those things in his mouth. But he's like, but I still am part Stilt Cutter, who is here for Vela and, Emma. And I'm still Reginald Smuggles, who's here for, for Astrid. And I'm still Urek, who serves with Spellington. And Jakarta can, shut up. And so basically kind of gave things. So they all put their hands in a circle, Montreal's hand burning in the sun. And they all sort of did a team beat. So with that, we are ready for our next session. Did I forget anything of importance, my friends, from last week? There was some interesting lore type things that were revealed amidst all that, but it was for the most part a kind of, well, yeah. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and read the invocation for tonight, unless does somebody want to cold read it instead? I'll just read it. It's fine. Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
No, you.
All right.
No, I will.
Do you need help?
No, I'll
Trying to
read
save
it.
your voice. Okay.
It's drop in the bucket for what all's about to happen realistically.
Lauren really wants to do it.
Do you want to
No,
do it,
I
Lauren?
don't.
Do you want to?
If you want me to, I will.
If you want me to, I will. There's a different song I wanted to use the invocation for this week. It's not because it has anything to do with this. It's just because it's the main song I've been listening to while sick the past few days, and I like it so much. But it's not on brand for this. It's not by the same source of invocation. So, with all that out of the way, oh boy, here is the invocation for chapter 152 of Blood from a Stone: A Tale of Love and Dread in RPG. Do you always trust your first initial feeling? Special knowledge holds truth, bears believing. I turned around, and the water was closing all around like a glove, like the love that had finally found me. Then I knew, in the crystalline knowledge of you, drove me through the mountains, through the crystal-like and clear water fountain, drove me like a magnet to the sea. Okay. So, I need all four of you to roll a d13.
Oh, I gotta get.
Getting my cute little jail from Towers and Trinkets. Not sponsored, but I love it.
1,
9.
For not being here last week.
5.
What?
1, 4, 5, 9. Excellent. Okay. Dan, could you roll another d13 for me?
Huh.
12.
Too close.
All right, perfect. Though it is not night, you are also exhausted and tired by what you've done, that you resolve to rest for a time. This rest passes if you're sleeping or just sort of sitting and contemplating for a while. Montreal, yours is probably a little more kind of agitated, since you feel that were you to just drink a great deal of blood, you would feel much better. You have everything you need to heal you is just pulsing in some veins nearby. But the sun is out, which is frustrating. Nevertheless,
I made a commitment to not drink my friends.
some hours pass. Everyone regain 3 power. And it is at this time, this is in the afternoon, that Dallas, you hear a strange sound outside in the courtyard. Or maybe not in the courtyard, but from outside of your dread cell.
I'll just get up and take a look.
Okay. Give me a look roll.
Okay. No matches.
You spend a little while looking. You are almost sure that you heard something, but you just cannot see anything. And you spend a few minutes, kind of pacing around your cell, Everyone else is very quiet. Some may have their doors closed, some have their doors open. It is, it's windy. The day is kind of off. Everything about this place is off, but something feels, the jungles around you feel almost poised. But you look for a long time and you just don't see anything.
Did it sound like is it? Is everyone else? Anyone else around here, like the group?
Everyone else is currently in their own dread cells. You can go and knock or talk to them if you'd like to, but none of them seem to have heard or noticed anything.
Yeah, I'll just go. Who's the next one down?
The problem is there's an actual answer to this, so I have to.
I
look.
know.
Because I have that form of a thing. The closest to yours is Zurich is next door. In 2, you're in 3.
Okay, Zurich,
Yeah, what's up, man?
you heard anything out there?
Does Zurich hear anything out there?
Make a listen roll.
I'm like, what do I use now? After playing
Yep.
the Cantrip Candles one, I was like, okay, my D20. Wait, never mind.
Like, oh right, back to Philip's made up systems. Got it.
Ooh, pair of 6s.
Ooh, a pair of 6s. You do actually hear, 6s? Dang. You hear what really sounds like footsteps distinctly. But they're strange. They feel out of place. These footsteps that are like, and because it is 6s, you can actually hear that they seem to be moving into Dallas's dread cell.
Wait, and is Dallas outside of his dread cell?
Dallas is, like, basically, you and Dallas are currently at, like, the door to yours, so his is the next one over. Yeah.
Yeah, something's going into your cell. It's like...
What?
It's like a weird... It doesn't sound right. Like, I hear footsteps, but it doesn't sound right. I wouldn't go over there. It sounds...
No.
Maybe it's like a screamer or something. I don't know.
You mind if I just like hang out here, or let me close
Yeah.
the door and, like not let them in here?
I've been waiting for you to ask, but yeah, come on in.
All right, then in that case, you may all regain another 4.
Yes.
As Zurich and Dallas hang out for 4 hours.
What are they doing in there?
I cannot speak.
Guy stuff. Just guy stuff.
Just normal business.
Working out, sports.
Oh, yeah.
Comparing muscles.
Yeah,
Bye.
wouldn't you like to know?
So by this time, and in fact, Montreal before this time, but certainly by this time, the sun has set, and now there is darkness. So if you want to, you may emerge from your dread cell.
I will silently glide out of my dread cell
Okay.
and knock on Zurik's door. Do I need to be invited into places to go in?
You
What are my
very much
vampire
do.
rules?
They are that. You have many rules against you. Many weaknesses.
I'll knock on Zurik's door.
Oh,
Who's
wait.
Zurich, my friend, my dearest companion, it is I, Montreal.
Oh, it's Montreal. Yeah.
Am I aware of what like did he put the teeth on?
You all witnessed.
Okay,
that.
all right, okay.
Yeah. What do you think?
I mean, it's your room.
I'm not going to invite him in.
Okay, that's
I kind of want to see if this works. He opens the door. Hey man, how you feeling?
Salutations, my good friend. Seeing you is a beacon of joy in this eternal night.
Thank you. Seeing you is really nice as well, and I love this accent. I love the whole vibe that you're giving off now. But I'm just not going to invite you in because vampire rules.
My
So-
friend, you do not trust me.
But, well, I mean, how does this? When I do this, how does, what happens?
Montreal, please make a.
Oh, God.
Montreal, please make a keep control roll. You have 2 dice of that, 2 d8s.
He can't come in. I'm still inside.
No matches.
Yeah, you. Oh, actually, though, this is a great moment for this. So Montreal sort of like you see this, and Montreal like opens his mouth, and you see like the animated fangs kind of. One thing that is very upsetting Zurich as he kind of like snarls and kind of like, but like it does kind of is just like repulsed at the edge of your door. Zurich, what you then notice is this disgusting mixture of hours worth of saliva, paint, and blood to kind of like just this huge globule.
Dude, are you okay?
Excuse me. Still getting used to this new form of mine. But do not tempt me with your neck again, please.
I was in here. I just wanted to see. I mean, this is new for all of us right now, but does it hurt?
No, it does not really hurt. It feels like a dull sense of nothingness, maybe.
Very vampire to say.
I'm a vampire, apparently.
But
I'll wait outside. Jeez. Jeez.
And in fact, I think that Montreal, what you are experiencing, just so you understand, is have you ever worn those like plastic fangs in your mouth?
Yeah.
You know how irritating they get? How they kind of like dig into it's just
Ugh,
it's just that.
That's hurt.
It's just that. And it's you salivate too much and there's like spit stuck over it. It's just hell. But yours are made of paint.
Ugh.
So yeah.
Probably tastes gross.
It's awful.
I shall wait outside.
Yeah.
My friend.
Montreal, maybe you can check out Dallas's space. Like, I feel like you're probably.
Well, like, can I like if I would still have to invite you in there, right? Like, even if I'm not there.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Maybe we can just like.
Can I rescind that invitation at a later time?
I don't know the vampire rules.
You
Bill?
have been a vampire in one of your past lives, right, Dallas?
So do I know?
Oh, and you were Mikey, and you had you cannot rescind the invitation.
All right, yeah. You're invited into my room. If you want to go check it out.
Excellent. I've never been in your room. Can I turn into bats?
You can turn into a bat.
I'll turn into a bat and fly over.
Okay. His room is right next door, so it's like a
Yeah.
15-foot flight. But
I'm extra as hell.
You can fly into his room. Montreal. As a bat, I'm not going to put this fully onto your stats because it works a little differently.
Okay.
Although actually, in your vampire form, occasionally you're going to get some bonuses in your vampire form. Let's do this. Ooh. So I'd like you to do a listen roll, but you're going to get 2 bonuses on it. So roll 4d8. I'm not going to note these all down because it's only when you have the thing in your mouth, but yeah.
2 twos.
2 twos. The echolocation that you have as a bat as you kind of flutter over there, it's a very strange vibe because as you enter the room, you sort of feel about with kind of what you can hear as a bat. 2 of Dallas's dolls, seemingly as you flutter into the room, you can sort of hear them through your sonar. They both move about 6 inches down and sit down onto his table.
Like they moved on their own.
As far as you could tell.
I guess seeing that, I will turn back into vampire form, and I would like to inspect the dolls. Would that be like an analyze, maybe, or?
I think that would be an analyze, yes. Using your standard points. Actually, it would be investigate. Sorry.
Okay.
If you're doing
just
that.
roll.
Yeah, if you're it's kind of the that kind of thinking is investigate and analyze.
2 1s.
Ones being yeah. It was a weird thing if they fell. The dolls seem the same as all the creepy dolls you guys have. They don't seem any different than them, but you are certain that they were just floating and hovering.
I will.
But nothing is amiss with the dolls. You don't think they were moving on their own. You sense you detect nothing different, no animation upon them, anything like that.
Can I do like a detect vibe on like the room, maybe, to see like if there's something
Please do.
mystical, magical happening?
Go for it.
2 5s. Is that mine?
No, it is not yours, sadly. You have a distinct feeling that you are not alone in this room. This dread cell has another occupant right now, but it's not the dolls.
I'd like to grab the 2 dolls.
Okay.
And I guess just feeling that presence, especially since it's in Dallas's room, I'll yell out and call for them to come here. I don't know if my voice travels that far, but I'd like to reach out to them.
Dallas and Zurich are very close by. They can run.
Okay, I'll just yell for them.
We'll just say that London also hears it.
Oh, sure.
Just like, you know who else happens to hear it, guys, is London. You know who doesn't hear it? Off the top of my head. Florence, Jakarta. I'm thinking Omaha can't hear it. For whatever reason.
Mysterious.
Should
I'll
we?
say, my friends, something is afoot in this room.
London is gonna open her door and look out.
Take a look.
I think we should go.
And I promise you, this is not a trap to get you guys in a room with me.
Zurich is gonna go out and approach. And what are you? Who's here? What are you? What's happening?
If Dallas is there as well, I'll be like, Dallas, I'll show him these 2 dolls who are seemingly floating and moving on their own. But with my vampiric senses, something else is in this room.
I mean, do I know? Do we know what could possibly be in there, just based on like what we've been told about this place, or?
I mean, you have seen a great deal of different things here, Dallas. You've seen all sorts of creatures in that building. But if you'd like to add a Rawlings to an analyze, thinking through what things might be doing what he's describing.
I would not mind doing that, indeed.
London, are you also going over?
Yeah, if I see Zurich and Dallas going, I'll follow them.
Okay. Dallas.
2 1s.
2-1. In terms of things that are invisible, there are a few creatures that Rawlings has kind of note of, but the obvious and most sort of closest to his past is, of course, a ghost. Montreal. Sorry, go ahead, Dallas.
No, I was just gonna say that. I mean, I guess it could be ghosts in here. I mean, there's some pretty freaky and dreadful in a way that is pretty on brand.
Montreal, please make an analyze roll.
Yeah.
Some information.
Zurich, you know about ghosts because of Anderson, right?
Victor, too.
That's right.
2 5s.
2 5s. Ah, but 5s isn't your thing.
No,
Well, that's a shame.
it's 4, I believe.
With 2 5s, what that does, how that does track Montreal is you were basically using sonar when you were in here, echolocating as a bat. You were kind of, your little beep and kind of that. And there was, nothing went through it physically.
Okay.
So it is possible that there is some non-corporeal thing in here.
I guess, do any of my past lives know anything about ghosts? Like, could I assume it's a... Like,
The ones that you have extra info on, sadly, no.
Well, my friends, if it is a ghost, a specter, a ghoul, apparition, as some might say, I am not aware of how to catch such a thing.
I might know. Is there anything?
This is why I wanted to go get Anders' ghost thing. That would have been helpful.
I
We
mean,
don't have it. I know
we can
that's
still-
neither here nor there.
maybe there's something I can do. Can Zurich do like a I don't even know what it would be. Like a listen or something like that to see if he can hear any ghosts speak?
Sure, you already did, succeed at a listen earlier, so you can build on that for sure. Do another
Okay.
listen.
And then can I use a +1 for Victor on that one?
You may.
Sick. Yeah, baby. That's 5. A pair of 2s.
A pair of 2s. If only it were a pair of 1s. This would be so much more interesting. With a pair of 2s. You do hear the same footsteps you heard that you thought were going into this room. This kind of...
Far away.
It is a sound with only a 2nd degree success. You cannot pinpoint it. You simply know that a ghost is walking.
I hear it. It's like in here, it's walking around.
Hello? Ghost?
Interesting. Dallas, make a charm roll for that.
When in doubt, say hello, ghost.
No matches. 2 and a 7.
Zurich, you hear the footsteps pause for a moment. And then kind of continue on, as if the ghost maybe was considering something, but then is still moving, is still kind of just trying to be undetected.
Wait, do you have anything to write with in here?
There's no like a pad of paper on the bedside table, like a hotel or something.
I think so, sure.
Yeah. There's the paper over there.
Zurich writes the alphabet and yes and no on a piece of paper.
Okay.
I mean, do you guys want to Ouija board it and
Sure, yeah.
Don't we need a thing?
No, I mean you just get a
Well, I mean, also, wait, Ghost, can you can you pick up the pen and write with the pen?
Oh, Montreal said that they had picked up the doll.
Yeah, I wanted to show Dallas the 2 dolls the ghost is messing with.
The manager
Speaking of-
and Rawlings, Dallas.
Oh.
The 2 dolls that you had on
I mean,
your bedside table.
obviously, the most important, big ones. So,
Is there anyone in your past who would be interested in these 2 characters? Someone you've wronged? Someone you've killed?
I mean, they don't have any. Is it what's? I mean, they're still alive. That's why they're interesting, right? That's probably why the ghost into them. But I mean, what overlap? I mean, they've both interacted. Did the manager saw the Soldier of Fortune, right? Yeah. I mean, they both interacted with they've interacted with the same people,
They
but
can travel. the manager can travel through the mist, and Rawlings has been all over the place, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. Maybe they know too much.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it's
Well, we can do the Ouija board, Ouija paper.
well, we can see if they can write. And Zurich flips it over and just has the pen there, and says, "Ghost, identify yourself."
Zurich, give me a charm roll.
Charm. Where is charm? Where is charm?
Should be the top of will.
Ah, okay. This is a low. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
3 and a 7.
3 and a 7. Because you've been listening, Zurich, you're sort of primed for it. You hear the footsteps like accelerating, and you have a sense of the movement of where things are, and it appears that the ghost is trying to move quickly towards the door.
It's leaving. Close the door.
Can't they go through? Hey, stop!
Do you close the
London
door?
Will... Yeah.
We'll say London's in place to close the door. Okay.
Hmm.
London, you close the door.
Oh, no.
You hear the footsteps stop. London, please make a keep control roll.
Oh
Uh-oh.
no!
What if it's Vinny the Fink again? That would be so hilarious.
I'm gonna go back.
Hi.
Come on.
I hope it is.
Where is this nonsense?
It's at the bottom of will. Charm's the top of will, keep control at the bottom of will. Keep control is not alphabetical, which is a problem. Got 3 dice.
2 3s.
2 3s.
Is that my thing though?
No. London, you feel a presence sort of trying to but you're able to kind of you sort of, thrown against something, and you're left there, and suddenly in front of you a specter appears, dressed in kind of old-timey clothes, sort of a suit, a young looking man, sort of spectacles. He kind of appears and says, "Well, apologies for attempting to possess you, but you've locked the door, which has kept me in here, so kindly open it."
No.
What are you doing? If you don't mind us asking, what are you doing in here?
Yeah.
Well, I was curious, and I heard a name mentioned on a few occasions.
What name?
What name? Yeah.
Well, S.A. Rawlings, who's of course a peer of mine at university.
You
Dallas,
do I recognize this guy?
as you look at this person, you do recognize him.
Yeah. Do I remember his name?
Go. I'll have you roll for it. You can do a research plus your Rawlings. We'll say it's possible that it's because this is an interesting thing going on here in a meta way. You're rolling for something from your backstory as
Right.
opposed to from your game experience.
2 1s.
With 2 1s, yes, you do remember his name was E.J. Higgins.
Higgins.
Yes, that is.
Yeah, I mean, you, I remember you. I don't know if you know, it's like, I think I am, like, Rawlings, like I have all his memories, I have all his knowledge, like, it's...
But well, you have a doll of him that has a rather strange resemblance.
Yeah, I mean, these are all people whose memories I have, everyone in here.
That's very strange. Can you open the door, please? I've been trapped.
No.
Why are you playing with dolls if you're a ghost?
Well, I was very curious, and I heard people speaking about it.
Yeah,
Wait,
but
where
you're
do you
not
live?
corporeal. How do you touch things?
Well, I can pick things up with my sort of poltergeistic, limited,
Where do you-
limited telekinesis.
Where do you live, though? Are you live in the items?
Well,
Well-
yes, in fact. Oh, how interesting! Yes, I was in fact trapped within an item.
Which
Do you
one?
know Vinny? Do you know Vinny the Fink?
We're not talking about Vinny the fucking Fink. Are
Why
you
do you
kidding?
know Vinny the Fink? What an unpleasant ghost.
He's the worst.
He possessed
Quite
possessed
revolting.
another one of us.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Was he still here? Please let me out. I don't want to encounter him.
No, he's not. He's
No,
not.
he's-
Also,
okay.
please don't possess any of us.
Well, you locked me in here. I didn't have much of a choice.
Wait, what item were you in?
Oh well. If you remember what Rawlings knows, you might be able to guess.
A book.
I went missing at university. I was trapped within a book.
Called it.
Is that something I know, or like doing?
I think because you succeeded on the first one, that's a
Okay.
vague memory.
Yeah. That's. I mean, that sounds familiar. Yeah, I loosely remember that.
What?
But so Rawlings, he's been out. But you are him, but you have this doll of him and all these very upsetting dolls. It's very upsetting, very strange.
It is weird. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not much better for us either.
Yes, well,
Yeah, we've all got dolls.
Like every one of these dolls I have, they were a person whose memories I have.
that's somewhat preposterous, I think.
We're all made of screamers. It's like we're made of these like.
Screamers.
those
yeah.
those creepy things in the robes.
Oh, the unformed.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
was that a name for them?
What are you made from?
What is that?
What are you made from?
Me? I suppose I'm some sort of ectoplasmic sort of substance, but I'm sort of generally non-corporeal.
What do you know about this place? How long have you been here?
Oh, just a while. I was only recently released from my book, but I've just been sort of quietly moving through. But these cells which I've come through, I've probably been here a few months, or at least been out of my book for a few months. I know there's been a lot going on, but these cells are interesting. I can't pass through them.
Can you pass through everything else?
Well, many things, but not everything. There are areas of the larger building I can't go through, and then there's areas of the island I don't wish to go through.
Have you been wandering around the main building?
Oh yes, I've gone many places in the main building. Of course, many people there can see me. So
You
I
know how to
prefer
get-
to... What was that?
You know how to get off this island?
Well, no, I can't go over the water. It seems very deep and frightening and full of all
But you
sorts
might
of
have-
beasts.
But
You
you're
might
a
have heard
ghost.
something.
What's that?
You might have heard something.
Oh,
Like, how could one get off the island, not just you?
Also, you're a ghost. Why? You're already dead.
well, I'd rather not be trapped by any ghost down there.
Creepy.
Are you like fighting other ghosts? Like what's going on?
Oh, occasionally I encounter other ghosts, like Vinny the Fink.
Ugh.
But
Yeah.
yes, for the most part, I simply go about and I've just been observing. I've spent a lot of time in the sort of dormitories of the staff and listening to them, and I heard them speaking about someone and some doll of a familiar name, S.A. Rawlings. And I said, oh, I wonder what Rawlings has been getting up to. I wonder if he's
What
here.
were they saying?
They would. I don't recall the specifics of it. Something about how Rawlings is special, which quite frankly always bothered me as a concept back at university, and how Rawlings was there was Rawlings is sort of being honoured. They had big plans for Rawlings. Someone kept saying that Mr. Soot considers him an overperformer, and I said, well, again, I think he sort of was. I mean, he maybe if we all had the advantages he'd have, we'd be performing that well. But he was a right old chap. He wasn't the bad fellow. I just think he might have been as brilliant as everyone always said he
He's
was.
one of my very
okay,
dear
like-
friends, and he's been through a lot, and he deserves his flowers.
Quite right. Quite okay. That's fine. Yes, of course. Whatever you say.
What was your major?
Major. I don't know
Like,
if they
what did
called
you
them
study?
majors. Oh, well, I was studying the same thing as Rawlings. I was studying sort of matters of dread and
The occult.
The occult, of course, yes.
Or what are your plans after you leave this place, Ghost? You were
Well,
trying to escape. Where are you going?
I don't imagine I'm going to have plans to leave, but if I could haunt anywhere, I'd probably return to Merkshire and haunt the libraries.
We
Into Berkshire.
Okay,
we
well,
love- Go ahead, Dallas. This is your.
actually, like, look, it's like it's nice to meet you.
Oh yes, well, apparently it's nice to be. Apparently, we've already met.
I mean, yeah, well, it's nice to see you again. I mean, if I can get word to Rawlings that like you're around in some capacity, do you want me to?
Oh, certainly. I'd love to hear how he's doing and what he's up to.
I mean, right now he's kind of in a tight spot, but
Oh no.
well, just
Maybe he's not as perfect as everyone says then. But still,
No,
I
he's
wish him well.
it's definitely not perfect.
Yes, of course. Well, good perspective then. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Well, I'm wondering, I mean, you say you hear things. If there's anything that sounds dramatic or something that could have any impact on Rawlings or any of us, can you just tell us?
Yes, but I really would prefer you open up this door.
No, if we open up the door, you make a commitment to warn us if anything.
Oh, so now it is this is dare I say, this is a sort of extortionate? This is
It's
No,
negotiation.
extortion at all. We're a team now.
We
Yeah.
require your expertise.
yes, but what if I refuse? You're just going to keep me trapped in here with. If I were you, I mean, there's four. Well, there's two dead things in here, and there's three living things. I think you'd be much more
Okay,
concerned
well,
about the
we
vampire.
prefer if you didn't possess us, but more knowledge. That's what you want, right?
Well,
That's what
yes,
Rawlings was always after.
Yes, I will. Yes, Rawlings was always after more knowledge. Yes, that's why I read the book I read that I got trapped inside of.
What was the book?
Oh, yes, quite that. Good, excellent question, old friends. I was trapped within a work. It was a very, very, very special kind of sort of enchanted tome. You see, I became trapped within the folklore stories that I was reading. It was called The Thicket of the Green Man.
Oh, would any of my characters?
We were just watching.
Yeah.
We were just watching a movie that had the statue of the Green Man.
Oh dear! Wait. Oh, what
do you?
the statue of the Green Man?
You know, now that you're dead, are you familiar with like all the different Dreadlands?
No, Dreadlands. No. Oh, I know.
But you're aware that like we're not in Merkshire right now, right?
I am aware. I'm all too aware that we're not in Mercury.
Right. Yeah. So there are there are a bunch of different areas that were formerly all like. You remember how in Merkshire there was like the mist that you couldn't go past?
Well, yes, of course. And there that such mist bellows out of this volcano and is surrounding the island and everything. Yes, of course.
Right. So the mists were the borders between different areas that were completely different vibes and like. So like there's one that's like all like cartoons, like comics, like drawn comics.
Like his teeth.
Yeah.
Oh, how ghastly.
There's one that's
Covered in
like
spit and blood like that. How terrible.
Well,
there's one that's like a giant basically a giant vampire German beer garden.
Oh.
Yeah, it was very strange. But so that's where Rawlings was just leaving, right? Like basically like a few hours ago.
Oh.
there was a statue.
And there was a statue of the Green Man there that was given to the guy who runs the place.
Mhm.
And it's unclear if that was like actually like the Green Man trapped inside there or like. But what do you know about the Green Man? Like, 'cause you probably know a lot more than we do.
Sorry, which of my characters knew about the Green Man?
Sarah
forget.
Quill.
That's right.
I will look at the rest of yours though. Hold on. I think Sister Mercy was also aware.
Yeah, but we didn't.
And
know
now
much
Chip.
aside from the folklore.
And now Chip does as well,
Yeah.
of course. Oh, that's very interesting. All I know is the Green Man. Well, I was trapped within this book, this thicket of the Green Man, and sort of reliving these sort of tales and having to sort of be a part of it, and the sort of within the words and the illustrations that were in was very. I know a great deal about the Green Man, and I don't know if the Green Man is ever been trapped inside of a statue. That doesn't sound like the Green Man at all. I know that according to this book, the Green Man is a seed. He began as a seed that was planted by a great evil from far away. Something from outside of Merkshire planted the Green Man within Merkshire.
Probably, yeah, Maisie.
Oh. That doll.
It was
man.
no. It was called. It was a name that was sort of used in oblique, and it was. There were a few different sort of names suggested. The only one I recall is John Barleycorn.
Mm.
Oh, we know that. We know that name,
Oh, do you?
right? We do.
You think you might?
I think I know that name.
Go ahead and do an analyze, London.
Would I know the name either, or
You can do an analyze as well.
is this something I could add Rawlings on top of, or?
Go ahead. That's fine. I'm not sure if this was said in game or me just saying it.
I'm getting a lot of ones. I got 3 ones, so
3 ones.
yeah.
Can I add anyone to that? Sister Mercy, maybe. If not, it's fine. But...
Actually, Sister Mercy could make sense for a weird reason. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Well, no matches anyway.
Okay. Rawlings. With 3. Or with your, not Rawlings, Dallas, with your memory of Rawlings and your understanding of this. Do you remember Rawlings, like, when you were observing Rawlings? You guys were sort of fixated on just all the stuff happening, and they were asking all these questions. And Rawlings was, if you recall, Rawlings was deeply confused about that statue, and he, like, kept, like, not recognizing it, and everything about it was sort of throwing him for a loop. And Johannes Gerstenkorn, who was the dreadlord of that place, he kept referencing it, and Johannes Gerstenkorn.
Oh. Yeah.
And I think I said that not to you as players, just as a thing. But yes, you guys, I think Rawlings with 3 1s. Lauren's like, yeah, Lauren's like, I don't know how to say this in game and know it. With 3 1s, Dallas. Johannes is John.
Yeah.
Gerstenkorn is Barleycorn.
So maybe, I mean, so then what, like, I don't, do I know if, like, how relatively old the Johannes Gerstenkorn is compared to, like, the Phantom Horse?
That is something you don't know, but I think with a 3rd degree success analyze, I think that you basically are suspecting that Johannes Gerstenkorn probably doesn't predate the Phantom Horse, but that Johannes Gerstenkorn, and actually maybe this explains some of the weird stuff he was saying about, I can't even remember the exact term I used, 17 years ago, aka 2 weeks ago when this was happening, where he was basically talking about Gerstenkorn intimated that he seeded plant beings in the dreadlands of his enemies, and the Phantom Horse was one of those. So in other words, you think based on this that the Green Man was Johannes Gerstenkorn's creation.
Yeah.
He was put into Merkshire as his own, like, way of messing with things the Phantom Horse would
Okay,
do.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I'll just mention that out loud.
Go ahead, Montreal.
I guess I wanted to potentially charm the ghost into trying to help us.
Okay. What do you want to say?
I guess with my smooth vampire sulking skills, I'll appear next to the ghost and whisper, "Esteemed Phantom, the world beyond this island needs your great presence. Help us, and when we find a way, we can whisk you to Merkshire, a place worthy of your prowess. But we need assistance."
Oh, go ahead and do a charm roll.
4.
You got 4. Yeah, pretty good on 4.
Right. Holy shit. 3 8s.
3 8s. As he sort of says all of he says, "Well, I don't hate the idea of returning to Merkshire. I said that would be very nice if I could actually get back there and return there someday. I would like that a great deal."
Okay,
Well-
so if you help us, we'll do our best to help you.
All right then. Yes.
And all we need is information, which is something that you're constantly seeking, I'm sure.
Well, I certainly will let you know anything I sort of hear about. And, yes, I suppose I could do that. I suppose I could do that. At least I could do that.
I'm sure it'll make the afterlife more interesting.
Well, yes. there are also some strange things here, so I'm anything to have a shape to what I'm doing, not just accidentally keep running into those. All right, then, yes, of course.
Like what?
Well, things like Vinny the Fink and, that sort of unsettling, all those. Or the unformed, you call them screamers, you call them?
Yeah.
Strange, yes.
Yeah.
Are the screamers capable of harming you?
Their sound actually can, yes, their sort of screaming sound can sort of make me a little
Oh, interesting. Okay.
unhinged a bit, yes. I can hear them. They seem to be able, and they can see me. Well, they can, if not see me, they can sense me. They grow very agitated if I or the other non-corporeals about it around.
Can everyone see you?
No, most cannot. Unless I sort of make myself corporeal, like, most invisible like this. For the most part, I'm invisible. Only some of sort of the department heads and certain kinds of... There are a number of individuals within the building who seem to be able to sense me no matter what I'm doing.
Anybody you really don't like in there?
No. Who wouldn't he like? I mean, they all seem pretty. No, they all seem. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of anyone, but I don't have particular animosity towards anyone. I know a lot of people don't like CJ sort of, but I find him sort of. I don't mind him, I suppose. He's very sort of, he's kind of pompous, but he's a good writer, so there's that.
He's one of those guys. He definitely thinks a lot of himself.
Definitely. Yeah, but I dare say he and Rawlings might have got along. Well, I shouldn't say that. Rawlings was a good chap, of course. When you begin to believe your hype. I just realized this guy's name is E.J. Higgins, and there's C.J. Soot. Totally unrelated. I picked E.J. for other reasons. Maybe I should retcon that right now, so it's not weird. I'll give you a hint. I was more basing it on Rawlings' name.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna have it be,
Sophia's rapidly editing right now.
he will be, what's another first name for it that would be fun? K.E. Higgins is his name. Some people call me E.J. as a joke, but no, of course not. I'm K.E. Higgins. Yes, of course. K.E. Okay, there you go. Well, yes, but I will open this door for me now, and I'll help what I can, but I'm really growing claustrophobic, and I'm sure this vampire's sort of looking at all your throats and really wanting to rip them out as well, so
I'll glide to the door. Unless we all want to ask something else to the ghost.
No, I know he's been. Thank you, Higgins. You're great.
Oh, yes, thank you, appreciate it, yes.
I'll open the door and just be like, "Venture forth, my spectral friend." But give us 3 taps in like a certain rhythm if you need to contact us about something.
Or I can just appear to you if you'd rather, but
Yes, but we might be in a precarious position.
very well. I'll sort of, yes, a tap, yes.
And I'll open the door.
Yes. He
Beckon
sort
him
of
to leave.
he turns invisible and steps out.
Bye.
So you knew that guy?
I mean, Rawlings knew him. I can't believe I pulled that name. It's like so far back there.
Yeah.
K.E., not E.J.
Yeah.
Well, my friends, now that we have our specter scouting out the place, what shall we do?
Maybe we should get you some more food so you don't eat us.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I was waiting for you to say that.
You guys hear kind of like a weird like shivery kind of sound. That's like, whew. And then sort of walking up to this is your department head is Wina.
Oh,
She goes,
hi,
"Hello, I felt like I just walked through a ghost or something. So how's everyone doing tonight?
Better.
We were hoping to get some blood for Montreal.
Right. I thought of that. Here you go. Here's some B positive for you. I know you liked that last time.
Quickly snatch it out of her hand.
Yeah, just keep it coming.
I'll crawl on the ceiling. Just
Oh, yes, definitely
Oh, that's
embracing that.
terrifying.
once again,
Sorry about your room.
it's a very sloppy eating process that Montreal has, and you all seem like he's probably only getting half as much blood as he's actually consuming.
I apologize to Dallas.
Nevertheless, go ahead and recover. Go ahead and recover. Like a thing of blood.
What?
Go ahead and recover 2 power.
Ooh.
Montreal.
Generous.
But she says, but in any event, I did have I sort of was coming because so we set up sort of we're not gonna have snacks this time. There's not gonna be any sort of beer, but we've got the screen room ready. Many fewer people watching, but we did want to check in on your friend Oksana, if you're ready, London.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What else are we gonna do?
And actually, though, I know the rest of them are sort of about in the wiki. Let's just sort of start smaller. We can maybe I'll send down someone to bring them up when they're ready, because we don't even have all the dolls finished yet for you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So, come on.
I think the others are just sleeping.
Yeah, but let them sleep. That's fine. It's Okay.
For some reason, they didn't hear all of this commotion.
Well, right. Maybe they just didn't want to talk to you. Wait. You were all in this dread cell together, right? They're very soundproof when they're
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Come on then. This way, please. And she'll just sort of lead you guys up to the fortress building. Unless anyone objects or deviates, you will be led back to the screening room.
No.
Taking the stairs.
Taking the stairs, of course. Yeah, you'll come back to the screening room. CJ Soot is in there. The screening room looks... There's fewer chairs, and it looks kind of like... There are some obvious signs of violence. There's some like gashes in the ground, but there's no blood. It's been cleaned.
Damn it.
Sorry, Montreal. She says, all right, so, and I know, right, well, all right, so with just these ones, so let's see. So Montreal, you just requested that you weren't be a vampire, which, we've definitely done that for you. Don't you worry. You're not a vampire. Let's see, and then, Dallas, you didn't make any requests, and, I know you requested lasers, Zurich?
Yeah, I mean, lasers are pretty dope. So.
The best we could do was, it's got sort of like an electric bolt you can sort of send out. It's not, can't do it all the time, but that's your best sort of,
Oh, I thought you said an electric boat. A bolt.
Boat, yeah, that's right. An electric boat.
I was thinking, I don't want to be a sailor. I want powers. Okay, thank you.
Right.
Then we can make requests.
Was that?
Sorry, I didn't know we could make requests.
Yeah, you know what? When I met you last week, you were being very quiet. That's probably why. Yeah, did you?
Yeah. Okay,
Well, I'll tell you what then. If you wanted to make a request between what we've got available, well, that one's going to someone else. But and technically, none of the rest of these are. So Montreal's request to not be a vampire. These would all fulfill that. Your options then, Dallas, are Sasquatch, Ogre, or Jackalope.
Ogre.
Understood. All right. Understood. So with that, yes, she hands Zurich a bunyip doll. These dolls are still not great, but they're better than others have been. She'll hand Dallas an ogre, and actually Montreal, basically Sasquatch or Jackalope.
The jackalope's a rabbit, right?
Jackalope is a rabbit that has like antlers.
Yeah, I'll take the Sasquatch.
Understood. All right. Everyone should now have a thing that says copy of. Well, Moses, not yours yet. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. If you refresh your pages, everyone should now have a thing that is copy of your Sasquatch. Moses is named Hangnail.
Makes sense.
Dan, your ogre's name is Lulu. And Zurich, did you see the name of your bunyip?
Yes.
Would you like to tell everyone the name of your bunyip?
The name's Ranchhauser.
I said, well, whatever happens, Ranchhauser is Zane's name.
Oh, Luigi, my name.
So there you go. So with that,
I just to be clear, I'm just on my regular Oksana sheet.
that's correct.
Oh, okay.
Very correct, in fact.
Just checking.
Just checking. Now that's not an Oksana kind of way of talking.
Oh,
All right.
it ain't.
All right. So with that, and also for you gentlemen, welcome to the Fate system, by the way, which we're gonna kind of get into here, but this is actually designed to be a build as you go system.
Okay.
So the main thing you need to know about it is, since no one has the Fate dice, we're just going to be doing it as a D100.
Okay.
So we'll just be rolling on the Fate die D100 version. If anyone happens to have Fate dice around, go ahead and roll your Fate dice. But I figured rather than make everyone get Fate
Well,
dice.
you can also just do like 1 and 2 are minuses, 3 and 4 are blanks, and 5 and 6 are pluses.
However you want to do, yes, you are totally welcome to do that as well. However you want to do it to get to the thing, I'm totally fine with.
Sorry, but I am D20.
You're D20.
Okay, just
You're uninvolved in this, but you've
I-
played Fate before in
yes.
when you were the little bunny girl. Yes, Zurich.
And I'm okay. So, I see the D100 conversion.
But it might be more fun to roll them as D4s or as four D6s is how you do it. Well,
or decent. Okay.
we'll let you guys figure it out. So the point is,
Yeah.
As you guys are sort of jumping into this, you all sit down. CJ Soot is there smoking. Oh, look at these. Oh, look, you're back. Hey, no one died. Congratulations. Montreal, you look a little full in the mouth. Oh.
I've gone through a transformation of sorts.
You know, it's probably a bad idea to suck on paint.
This is not a place of good ideas, but I'm alive.
That's actually the smartest thing anyone's ever said here. This is not a place of good ideas. Well, are we ready to sort of check in with our dear Oksana?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is when
Got any popcorn?
Well, I suggest we could do popcorn, but what if it turns into monsters and eats you all when it's over?
Never mind. Never mind. Sorry, I said anything.
Lovely. You notice really it's just him and like there's maybe a couple staff in here, kind of like support staff, but it's really just him and Wine. And she's like, all right then, so yeah, let's have them take a seat in whatever degree you guys can connect with these characters you're sort of witnessing in London. We'll sort of see sort of what you can sort of give us. And he flips the switch, focuses it up, and you see Oksana Smirnov laying on a hard stone slab inside a dark cave, dusty. She's kind of laying there looking very weak. And then suddenly, bright red technicolor blood gushes down onto her face, into her mouth.
She drinks.
She drinks. She can come slightly return to some consciousness and start drinking it in. And as she's kind of gathering up, this voice goes, all right, there you go. Wakey, wakey. So I'm gonna ruin my voice after all, but for this guy, I guess I have to. And as Oksana like opens her eyes, she sees this like very kind of intense looking. It's this goblin thing with a little mustache, but he's like muscular, but he's definitely
Hot.
I mean, I think he's the hottest Henson Creature Shop like feature film level hot thing you'd see.
Okay.
But he's basically like ripped. It's like he's holding some like monstrous like haunch, and he's just like draining the blood into her mouth, going, you know, wakey, wakey.
Who? She's like conscious now, like fully.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you?
They call me Aunt because, because I got bad goddamn luck is why.
Why?
You a live
Why did
vampire?
you help? What?
You alive? Well, you know what I mean.
Well, I
You
am
undead
obviously
again?
talking to you, so yes.
Yeah, you were this close. Mist almost got all the way inside you.
Why did you save me?
Because I can't lead an army if there's no one in it. You
Oh,
can
so
rest if you
just
want
because you gave me a bit of blood from whatever that is, you expect me to fight in your army?
to. Well, I mean, what else are you gonna do? It's us against whoever's left, right? You saw that mist roll out. It even made me cough now, which boy, didn't like that.
You're new to this.
New
This
to what?
I found that I had a lot to adjust to when I went from human to vampire, so
What do you mean, adjust to?
a new sense of being. You said it made you cough. And you were frustrated by it, so I assumed that before you didn't cough. When your body when a person goes through a certain thing, things change, you react it doesn't matter.
You ever known someone who didn't cough in the mist?
You said it was frustrating you, so I just assumed never mind. This is neither here nor there. Thank you for the blood.
He kind of just turns back and says, all right. In any event. Ranchhauser, how's it going?
Doing all right.
Oksana, you notice that there's this bunyip. Just kind of a weird sort of like, kind of skinny hippopotamus thing. They're very weird.
Lauren is thrilled. Oksana is not.
Yeah.
Can I eat her?
No. You cannot.
He says, she's gone bad. Real bad. She's been dead longer than you've been alive, is my guess.
Yeah.
I have not been dead for that long. Undead.
What are you doing here?
Do I have any sense of why I am where I am? Like, do I recall?
You can tell you're underground.
Okay. I do not have this answer for you. Why? That's a great question. Why am I here?
I don't know. Hangnail? Lulu? Anyone with a clue we're in?
These are very strange names.
What's your name?
Oksana.
What's better than Hangnail?
It is Oksana Smirnov.
Fancy sounding name.
Oksana Smirnov?
Sounds like a dancer.
Yeah, sounds like a joke.
Sounds like a cheap bottle or something.
Exactly.
Do you think this is hurting my feelings? It is not.
I don't know, we're really laying into you right now.
Lulu, you want a joke too?
Maybe.
Nice. Well. Alright, so here's the problem.
Besides not having a lot of hair on her.
Yeah, she's, well, I don't mind that.
I have plenty of hair on my head.
It's true.
Yeah.
How long you been a vampire, Oksana Smirnov?
That's a great question. How long? Like,
Months. Maybe a year.
long enough.
You asked what I meant by creating an army. Well, listen, someone just declared war on everybody.
Who?
That's the question, right? But I'll tell you, if they're using mist, if they're using that purple mist, I mean, you were in it. You thought you were done for, didn't you?
Yes, but for several reasons I did not care. It doesn't matter. They're harnessing the mist.
Yeah, and there's only one species out there. There's only one group who can live in that stuff. The Mistwalkers.
Okay, but that can they control it?
Up until now, I wouldn't have thought so, but apparently they can. There's 13 of them, or at least there will be soon.
Okay, so we kill them.
Bingo. This is what
I like the way
about,
she dances.
This is what I like about vampires, gentlemen. Straight to the motherfucking jugular. Yeah, we killed
Yeah, she's growing on me.
We got 13 targets. Some of them are going to be more fun. I'm calling dibs on the bounty hunter. I'm calling dibs on the drifter.
Wait, in my knowledge of them, they are not easily killed. How do I kill them?
So you haven't counted them.
Yeah. Wait. Yes.
Oksana?
She has to. Hold on. Let's think.
Mm-hmm. I have.
She has.
Who? I don't think she has.
I don't believe so.
Oksana was only in Paradise, and then she was around for the vampire stuff. Oh no, she did encounter the bounty hunter, but she didn't know who she was.
Oh, okay. So she would not be because I'm assuming if she's like around, especially if she was around Vampire King guy, he would
That
have
Hopfin?
talked about it. Yes.
You did fight. You know what? He just said bounty
We
hunter.
fought. Yeah.
Okay. Very well. You can say you fought the bounty hunter.
I fought the bounty hunter, and she was
You
very
fought the bounty
difficult.
hunter?
Yes, it was difficult, to say the least.
Yeah.
Did you win?
I made it. But Mistwalkers are not easily killed. And that is coming from a true vampire. I am no longer a spawn.
Humble brag.
I do not brag, I just state the facts.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't ask. We just brought it up.
So,
I meant to say that I am a fairly powerful being, and
yeah.
it was very difficult. I
And
almost
yet
did
even
not make it.
you're an undead thing, but those mists, they drain you too. I got you out just in time.
Well, what do you want me to do? Get on my knees and thank you?
No. I want your
Okay, so why
thoughts.
do you keep bringing it up? I appreciate you, but
Because I'm trying to explain to you all how dangerous our situation is. Now, there are things we can do to make ourselves immune to the mist, but I don't have the funding or the magic for that. I also don't know how many people are still alive. I have to assume there's a few survivors here and there, but these mists...
Some.
Thank you, Lulu. God, Lulu, once again. Oksana, just so you know, if you have any questions, ask Lulu.
what about the Dreadlords? Do they still exist?
As far as
All of them.
I'm not
Probably.
sure. I'll also tell you that, on a personal note, this is war. We're all gonna have to make sacrifices. But there is one person out there. And if she didn't make it, I'm killing everyone.
Yeah, tell her who it is.
Her name's Medina. She's never gonna love me anymore, not that I'm like this now, but doesn't matter.
So you did change. I know how that is because the person that I cared for, she changed as well, and I changed,
Well,
and we still.
and you still loved each other. You're a vampire and she's what? Werewolf?
She is something else.
Well, I have really bad news for you, Oksana Smirnov. Unless she changed into a Mistwalker or a Dreadlord, I'm pretty sure she's dead.
Then she is not dead.
Who is she? Is she one of the Mistwalkers?
I'm not going to say.
Well, if you're in the army, you gotta give us operational intel.
I will not give this information, but I will fight for your cause. I will help you find your Medina,
Good.
and you will help me find mine.
Welcome to the team, Baldy.
I am not bald. I have the hair on my head.
Sasquatch terms are pretty bald.
I am technically balder than her though, because I'm all scaly now.
I mean, you're both bald in my eyes.
That's true.
She ain't got any hair under her armpits.
And actually, as I look at Lulu, he also has even less hair than any of us. And Ranchhauser, I don't know if it's hair you have, or I don't know what that substance is, but... Huh.
Touch it. It's whatever you want it to be.
Do you have these conversations often? This seems to derail the focus of the mission that you are apparently so intent on.
What else are we gonna do?
Excellent.
Do the mission.
Excellent
Go
question, Ranchhauser. What else are
and
we gonna
fight.
do?
Fuck.
Well, we've all just passed the time doing that as much as we're going to. Okay?
You know,
It doesn't mean anything without Medina.
Just
He's like this a lot.
I can't, she's all I want. And I can't believe I didn't get to bang her just one time in
That
the
is
glory that I
inappropriate.
used to be.
Horny.
Yeah, real horny. But horny for someone I can never even be with because and yet, I just don't think she's dead. I'll tell you this, if that boxer, if he didn't fucking protect her, he had to have gotten her somewhere. Now, of course, he's my enemy. I'll shoot him last, but he still dies.
is the boxer one of the...
Mistwalkers.
Okay.
But your lady, your beloved. Mistwalker or Dreadlord? Tell us that.
She's a dreadlord, but
That's much better. I don't have any quarrel with those motherfuckers. They didn't do this shit.
okay. I need to get to her.
Alright.
And maybe when you find your love, she will be in a state where you can be together because she became something that it's the only way that we can be together without harming one another. Well, she could harm me, but you know, we'll see if I'm into that.
I don't hate that. I like the way you think, Oksana Smirnov. You're almost as eloquent as Lulu. So, alright, team. You've met almost everyone. There's a few other survivors here in the caves. I've been going up and scouting. I have a little bit of resistance to the mist. I can withstand it a little longer. It still bothers me, but it has.
Because you are a mistwalker?
No, I'm not a mistwalker. I have a name, don't I?
I do not know these rules.
Yeah. Wish I didn't either. But the point is, I can feel it. It makes me cough. I can feel it, but it doesn't take me out.
Allergies.
Something like that. Lulu.
Okay, so let us continue then.
Well, the point is, it's beginning to clear. Now it's still there. But I've been going up, and as of this morning, though there's a good bit of mist still hanging over the mountains, the valley here of Tabakatos is pretty open.
Almost time to beat feet.
That's what I was thinking, Ranchhauser. What do you say?
The beat feet, it means to walk, to go, to leave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Of course.
obviously. Well, we're not a bunch of creeps.
Baby.
Maybe Lulu is.
Okay, let's go because this is getting a little too
Fun. All right.
strange for me.
Come on, monsters. There might be a few other little monsters in your group here, or big monsters is the point. But we won't introduce them now. Just other forms in the background. It's lost tailies. But
Let's beat some feet.
as you guys,
Yes, let us beat the feet.
He is Baldy.
all right, they head upstairs. or they head up, not upstairs, but kind of climb up, with On taking the lead. He sort of glances out. All right. Okay. Yeah. You're gonna still smell it, but we're under it. It's several meters above us. And he kind of climbs out, and the rest of you can also sit. Now it's, as you sort of emerge from this cave that you've been in for days, it's extremely overcast, and the whole world looks kind of purple because there's just these purple clouds overhead. Your background's super on point for it, honestly. It smells sickly sweet, kind of coppery, but it is not in your lungs. It's not like, draining your energy. On just looks around, kind of, ugh. Well, all right. Anybody, he kind of looks at the three. He goes, Oksana, I know you're not from around here. I carried you, coughing the whole way, before I found a pocket where these guys were. Lulu, Ranchhauser, Hangnail, any of you happen to be a whiz when it comes to navigating? And at this point, I will tell you guys, we haven't even had any of you make a single roll thus far. We've just been role-playing. But we are in the Fate system, so here's how Fate goes. In Fate, you're going to roll 4d6, and we'll sort of explain what the things mean, or you can roll a d100. You are trying to get as good a result as possible, so what you want are 5s and 6s, or you want high rolls on a d100. But certain rolls actually wind up bringing it lower. So it's kind of what a Fate die usually is it's 2 blank sides, 2 negatives, 2 pluses. So you roll those and cancel things out. What's interesting, though, is you have all these skills on the side. But Philip, you might be saying, all my skills are empty and so are my aspects. Well, that's because you guys actually get to add your aspects and your skills as you play. You kind of make them up as the ideas of your character. You'll notice that you have 1 slot for each skill. So once you've applied a skill there, so like you have 3 that say good plus 3. So add those in as you need them, but once you're out of those, you have no 3s. Some systems don't let you use the highest ones, but for this, it's just fine. That's fine. You'll notice there's a thing called the ladder. You guys were just explaining Fate for anyone just watching out there, just putting their character sheets to them. The ladder sort of shows you kind of the range of success you're hoping for with your rolls. So, if any of you would like to throw Navigate onto your skills tree, please do so. I will mention there's no way we'll play this so long for you to fill this up, so I recommend someone just do it now for sure. You can do it as an average affair. Zurich, I love it. Okay, or rather Ranchhauser. So where do you want to put that for yourself, Ranchhauser?
I'll put it as a good.
I love it. Put in Navigate.
Okay.
Okay, now roll 4d6.
Okay. Pair of 3s, a 5 and a 4.
2 3s, a 5, and a 4. Okay, so congratulations. The 3s and the 4, those count as nothings, neutrals. The 5 counts as a +1. 1s or 2s would have been negative 1s. So, with your 5, it's 3. You add 4 to that. You have a great result. 3 + 1 is 4. Congratulations. So with a great result, Ranchhauser, you are able to get your bearings pretty quickly. And you know that, you know exactly where in the valley you are. So if you're trying to get to more to more open space, like lower ground open space where maybe there's less mist, you can definitely sort of suggest which path you guys should take from here.
Yeah, I know where we are. We need to head down that way. We can get out of all this mist and be in a more open area. I'll lead the way.
Love it. So as you guys start heading out, just so everyone can at least roll one thing in their system tonight, kind of the On, as he's kind of walking with you, kind of will look over at a Hangnail and Lulu and say, either of you got eyes good enough to take point? Thing like this. Good look out.
Put something in look.
Montreal puts me in look. I like how Lulu just leans in. Like, who's talking? What's this? All right, so what level are you going to put into look?
Put it good.
Put it good. All right. Perfect. So go ahead and roll 4 d6s.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So what do you got?
2 3s, a 2, and a 1.
2 3s, a 2, and a 1. So sadly, that is a -2 result on the dice, because 3s and 4s are flat, and 1s and 2s are -1 each. So with 2 3s, a -1, so you're going to have -2 plus 3 gets you to a 1, which is an average success. So it's not a disaster. You're not tripping on yourself. But Hangnail, you sort of look out, and I will say that Hangnail, there's actually going to be an in-game explanation for this. The mist is making it very hard to see. You can report that you just don't have good visual range. Like, anything could be because there's still little pockets of mist hanging here you guys are avoiding. So, unfortunately, Hangnail, you do not have much, you don't have much visual sort of distance.
Mm. Too much mist. Hard to see.
Yeah, I was afraid.
Purple everywhere. Hate it. Least favorite color.
Damn. You guys can carry on. He'll turn to Lulu. Lulu, you got anything you want to add? Any tricks you're pretty good at?
Sometimes.
Dan, add a skill and roll it.
I'm going to put smell in great.
Smelling great.
Smell great. Oh, I love that.
Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum, he's smelling great.
6, 6, 1, 2. So those cancel out. So that's a +4.
6, 6, 1, 2 cancel out perfectly.
Yeah.
6 and a 6, 1 and a 2, boom. I believe that in terms of the rolls you can do, that it's like flat is the most common thing.
Yeah.
By a huge curve. If you look at the,
I mean, hey, what is this? LLA? We're not spreadsheeting over here. We're not doing charts.
Well, I see it in the chat, so they're like it. All right, so you breathe in pretty good, Lulu. Lulu, you smell something. Something that smells. How would Lulu put this? Well,
Hey,
actually,
you tell me what it smells like, and I'll tell you how to put it.
perfect. Lulu, you smell death, but fancy. Oksana smells like death. Oksana smells like death, but kind of like sweaty. This smells death, but fancy. She's a weightlifter. What do you want me to do?
That is true.
Okay. Leftovers. And then I'll start walking that way.
What does it like? The food. Leftover food.
Leftovers. Oh, Lulu always speaking in riddles. A real poet, kind of.
Specify. Lulu, tell. Come here. Elaborate.
This massive ogre, huh? Oh,
Leftovers.
you're catching a whiff of Oksana?
Hey!
You want her to stand upwind of you?
I just start walking
Okay,
towards the way I
Leftovers mean.
If you were smart, you'd follow him.
that's fair. You guys start walking. Suddenly, out of the sky above, a bat swoops down. A bat that resolves into a figure. Cape swirling out behind as he lands. And it is Count Dracula,
Oh my god.
striding forward.
Dracula. Wait. Yes. Oksana would know him.
I
So
think
often.
I never met, have I?
I don't.
Well, I
Oksana never made it
But
to
she
meet
would
him, right?
know the lore.
Wait, did Oksana make it to Darkmere when she left everyone else?
Oh,
Did she get
wait.
abandoned us?
I genuinely
Sophia.
can't remember.
Galanorian Saber.
Hold on.
Did she?
might
I
have to
don't
look that up.
remember. Y'all, I have a lot to keep track of, and
When she abandoned her nemesis,
I don't think she made it.
Darius Tomberry.
my brain is like a sieve.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Okay, Oksana. She felt the pull of Count Dracula,
So she
but
would.
we never saw her make it to the place.
Okay.
I don't think, unless
But she would know who he was.
certainly.
Just okay.
What was after?
Yeah, I don't think she made it.
Sorry, hold on. Sorry, everybody. But also, this is fun.
Also, you're here for the complications, for the convoluted storylines.
Yeah, you guys, this is kind of the fun. Yes, we did not catch up with her because after the vampire arc ended and then 125 we started that. So yeah, we never actually saw her. The first time we saw her was when the mists broke and went crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
But she would know who Dracula is.
She did. She had heard his call. She heard his
Yes.
everyone come worship me, Dracula.
Okay, so she will say Count Dracula, and she won't bow, but she'll like nod her head in deference.
Ah. A vampire. Undead. Not wasted away. I am incredibly gratified to witness this. Ah. As is, it would seem, someone else. He stares off in kind of an odd direction, kind of tilts his head. In the screening room, Dallas, Lauren, you've changed your name and now I don't remember what your other character name
London.
is. Dallas, London, Zurich, and Montreal all see Dracula staring right down the barrel of the camera.
Is this what's going on?
Kitty,
He's
can he
breaking-
see us?
He's breaking the fourth wall.
See,
Hello?
Joseph goes,
Hi.
all right, that's very strange. And Dracula just kind of like nods and looks at all of you, but then kind of turns back to what's going on. So he just goes,
Did y'all see him
yes,
nod?
that's wild. That's wild. Are we writing this down? And Wine is
Wait.
like, oh, sorry, I was kind of working on a little puzzle that. Sorry, yeah, no, that's fine. I was
Dracula,
like,
can you help Rawlings?
what?
I yell like Dallas yells, Dracula, can you help Rawlings?
Interesting. Roll a d13. Very interesting.
London will say, "Shut
Sick.
up! Oksana's trying to get to Dahlia." Even though it doesn't stop him, but she's gonna say that.
Sadly, though, Dallas, you don't think you don't think he can actually
Right.
hear you. So back out there, Dracula kind of looks at these people there and says, yes, so, Oksana. Did you introduce yourself? Sorry.
I would just assume he would know her
He
name.
does not. What is your name, my vampiric child?
Oksana Smirnov.
Ah, and you, I see, are a true vampire. You are not a spawn. Good for you.
Thank you.
Who's this guy?
He's a count.
I am Count Dracula, I am not certain. I'm a vampire. I don't know that I know what you are.
On Ranchhauser.
He's a
Bunyip.
hippo, a skinny one.
A bunyip. And then I see, of course, a majestic Sasquatch.
He gets it.
What is
I
your
like this
name, my
Baldy.
friend?
Hangnail.
Hangnail. Ah. A suitable name for one strong as you. And you, my ogre friend. How do they address you?
Carefully.
Just so. And as for you, I have not seen, and yet I believe I have seen before. And Anda's just kind of looking at him. Yeah, you've seen me before. I am so sorry to witness this transformation, although it may in the long run be better for you. Nothing matters if I... Never mind. No, tell me, please. What is your goal here? I assume that you are amassing an army. I assume that your plan is to attack those who have done this, who have moved against us, for I believe that I am on your side, my friend. They have wronged me in this place. Little do they realize, I am many places at once, and have a great deal of power across them. So tell me, what is it you all seek to do with this wicked new world?
I would like to find Dahlia.
Dahlia? Is it vengeance you know?
No.
Not vengeance. The Dark Lord. You love her.
I do.
What a noble thing is love. Something that we all adore. Something that drives each one of us. Even as we commit the most brutal and heartless of crimes. Does love drive any of the rest of you? He turns to Lulu, Ranchhauser, and Hangnail.
Eh.
No.
No?
Possibly.
Lulu, it is good to keep your heart open to love. And what have you on? You're talking in riddles. You're asking your probing little questions. You know it does. Oh. Who is it you love again? Forgive me, many things have transpired since we last met. I love... Listen, can you help me find Medina or not? Medina? Medina Lake? This is who you seek? Well, how do I address you now? I'm Ond. Very well, Ond. I have for you news that is good and bad. Medina is safe. You see Ond's like this relief of tension kind of go. He says, yes, you see, as the mists, the cruel mist summoned by those who serve the powers that reign over this place. Those serve your former kin, as these purple mists descended upon this world. I found Medina. You are not the only one who seeks her well-being. I was in the midst of striking a deal with others. The mists were upon her, she could not survive them. Another mistwalker was with her, a sort of lanky fellow with good punching hands. He tried to punch at me, but I became bats. In any event, he was trying to get her to safety. He seemed to fear you a great deal. He did not realize what has transpired to you. But he could not protect her. But I could. So I took her into the sky, and with my power, I kept the mist at bay away from her. Long enough to find for her an escape. A ride out of this place. She's gone now, you see. Alive, but gone. Aunt kind of... So you're telling me that she's okay, but she's not here. So you saved her, but you took her away? Indeed. Now it sounds like you have a war you wish to wage against the other Mistwalkers for what they have done to you. Or what? Would you like to follow her? He kind of looks at the rest of his crew. And on that note, that's where we'll end this session.
Oh shit!
And I'm sorry that
That was great.
I noticed what people are saying, because I kind of just, I didn't want to talk a lot, and then I had two very loquacious characters have an interaction.
It was worth it. I mean, I can't
You're
decide
just
that. I
yourself,
feel like it was
Philip.
worth it.
That's true.
I just have to say your extemporaneous dialogue is better than written dialogue.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
Well, that is kind of you to say. I think in most instances, I'm sure that's not the case, but I appreciate the sentiment, and I like if it ever feels that way. Let's phrase it like that. Oh, guys, I'm tired. Apologize. Also, you all got to make 1 roll in the fate system. Lauren, you got to make 0 rolls as Oksana.
That's okay. We all know I'm not here for the roles. I'm here for the role play.
It's true. And we all got plenty of that tonight. Special shout out to Lulu, Dan's most eloquent character yet.
That's amazing.
Oh my god.
I love Lulu.
Yeah.
I was like, how can I not talk as a character once?
Yeah.
That thought would never cross my mind.
Well, listen, no, because it was like when you were sound as well.
Okay.
Just kind of chewing gum, you know.
Oh, that's right. He was,
That was
he
great.
The sound was like fun and crass, though.
There you go.
There you go.
Perfection. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching. There was some fun silliness here tonight. Yeah, we're putting some stuff together, and now Ond has a choice to make. But I think we all know what choice he'll make. The question, however, is, what will his army do? And who will lead this army of monsters on their own personal quest? Who has the biggest goal and personality? Is it Lulu? Is it Ranchhauser? Is it Hangnail? Or is it Oksana, longtime character with a tragic love story? Yeah, we'll have to find out that. But thank you all so much for watching. This was a lot of fun. We are so let's see. We are off on Sunday. Sunday is a pre-planned absence. I know we were off this past Wednesday,
But if you couldn't join us for the last 3 Sundays, we did have a great run of the Cantrip Candles collaboration.
we did
So true.
of Lore by Candlelight. They did the heist for the stealth version, and then starting a week from Sunday, that is when we're going to be starting another round of that, featuring our dragon, our Here Be Dragon players on Sunday night. What is a week from Sunday? The 14th.
I don't know.
Yes.
14th, 21st, 28th. Boom, those 3 dates. So come check those out on those Sundays. We're doing another one of these 3-part silly things. That one will be the Battleborn set from our good friends at Cantrip Candles. I'm just showing you a candle. It's not Realm of Shadows. So then on Monday we will be back with the Dreamlands. Couple of options being voted for the Dreamlands right now. I don't know if you guys noticed this. I was pretty amused by this. The options this week are VHS and beta. Get it? Nerd
Very
stuff.
clever.
At some point I'll do SNES and Sega. I'll be into that as well. But the point is
TurboGrafx 16. Yeah.
What is that?
It was a game system that like kind of didn't live long, but I had it. It had Bombs Revenge on it.
TurboGrafx
Bombs
16.
Revenge. Yeah. It had little cards.
What
It
about
was.
What about the Neo Geo?
Oh, the Neo Geo was rad too.
Oh man. When did the TurboGrafx 16 come out? This is the most important thing I should look up right now.
Guys, this
That's
is
a
a
cool name.
geriatric channel.
Oh, TurboGrafx 16. What are you talking about? This stuff is for young people. We're young.
We're young and cool.
So anyway, on Monday, VHS or beta. Speaking of relevant things, the choice on everyone's mind these days is VHS and beta. Betamax. So yeah, join us for that on Monday, where we will see if the group are either going to be heading to I think they're either going to the Wishworld cluster for some shenanigans in beta, or they're sticking around to mess with their new game console if they choose VHS, which stands for Vital Hidden Scenes. I can't remember what beta stands for. On Wednesday, I really hope we will do. Way to go, Dan. I really hope that on Wednesday we're able to do Top Flight Tales, because we weren't able to do it this past week because I was not feeling up to it. But I'm really excited about what's going on there. Unfortunately, I do have to announce that Dan will not be appearing in that or any subsequent games because he was
he's
born.
just a baby.
We just learned that he's too young to be in any games with this channel. So
He's actually not old enough to be viewing this channel either.
My official statement on the matter is goo goo gaga.
okay, never mind. Don't Vinny the Fink us here, buddy. I'm just baby Danny. Ooh.
I'm just a little baby Jenny. Oh,
That makes me want to punch.
I want a drink of my Milky Wilky.
Oh no. That's rough.
I get violent. It
That's
makes
really
me
rough.
so bad.
All right. I was gaming when you were a sperm at Steinblurgler, says Zane's words. Okay.
And weirdly, they're twins. So.
Amen. So that'll be Wednesday, and then a week from tonight we'll be back with more of this, where we will be picking up right from this moment to see what Ond says, to see what the rest of these people say, and to see what Dracula coming in like a big thing. Tonight's game was a little longer than I planned on because we had too much fun at the beginning with a ghost. Had no one rolled like a 1 basic, like there just wouldn't have been a complication. You guys would have immediately brought to a thing, but it's fine. You know what?
Happy to help.
I'm glad we met K.E. Higgins. So, interesting stuff abounding. Thank you so much for playing. This was great. I appreciate everyone being here. Go to our YouTube to watch old episodes, our Discord to interact with us, our wiki to see all these games fit together.
We do have a couple people to thank real quick.
We absolutely do.
Absolutely. Thank all the people.
I'd like to give a shout out to Lauren Shuby for being with us for 5 wonderful months.
That's so many months.
That is so many months. Thank you for being here. Super happy that you're here.
Thanks for
Also,
putting up with our nonsense.
yes. Yeah. Once it's like once you're in, it's like stop.
Really, yeah.
I know. We had a hype train this evening, and Galanorian Saber was being super generous and hooking up a community sub gift this evening, and then we had our very own Rose Explodes cheering 5 bits. 5 bits.
You know what? I contribute myself. I'm.
You contribute yourself?
Wait, yeah, my
Like that?
my acting, my time.
I understand what you're saying. It's that you're saying you contribute, and that's true. But saying I contribute myself is upsetting.
That's all I have to give. I'm poor.
No,
I'm just feeling uncomfortable right now, and that's the fact.
Yeah.
5 bits in myself.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Anyone else want to say anything?
There's really no way to follow that up.
It's true. Thanks for being here. I'm excited to see Hangnail and Round Trouser. See what more they get up to.
Yeah, and I will say, I hope that everyone who is under the weather is feeling better. We have about 3 folks in this whole situation right now.
Yeah.
Not feeling great.
I am
Better.
blessedly on the mend. I'm also burning something right now just because it's fun. So yeah, I am feeling better, but it's one of those things where everyone, as I logged on, they were like, "Are you feeling better, Philip?" And I was like, I feel terrible, but since I'm better than I was the past 2 days, I feel like I'm better.
So true, dude.
It's a weird. It's all a matter of perspective, which is the pective you do with the purse. So, thanks for making Dan and Philip as uncomfortable as they make us, Lauren. I think, not thanks for that. And Dan and I make you all uncomfortable. I don't think that's ever happened.
I'm not feeling uncomfortable right now.
That's true.
I just don't want to say anything after that.
I am. I don't want to sit any longer.
Understood. Well,
if we're being honest,
yeah.
I don't like sitting. I like to be up, walking around, doing fun stuff, but I'm sitting.
Playing with the
He likes being ambulatory, folks.
Yes, I'm an ambulatory man.
Did you prefer a Game Gear to a Sega?
No, because if I were gaming, I would be dedicated to my rig.
Your gaming rig?
Yeah.
So true, dude. So fucking true.
Oh my god, it's so good. It's so important to have a great rig.
Yeah.
Oh man. It's just the perfect alignment.
Strap in.
Okay.
People
are trying to go to sleep.
Well, they're not going to be able to if we keep talking about rigs. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Until next time, have a dreadful night.
Ooh.